or on your backs, or whatever feels appropriate to you today. And we'll begin by, as we always do, settling in and giving ourselves the opportunity to tap into our breath. So feel the earth beneath you, whether that's under your hips or under your back. Feel that steady, grounded, unmoving, firm foundation. And acknowledge that firm foundation beneath you. And let yourself be supported. As you come into this shape and you feel the support beneath you, start to find the breath. Let every exhalation be an opportunity to soften. Let every inhalation be the opportunity to make space where you need space. And then scan your body. Become an observer. Just take note of what's happening with no judgment. And allow yourself to feel what you feel. If you'd like to set an intention or a dedication for your practice today, you can do that now. You can gather your hands together at your heart if that feels appropriate. Call to mind your dedication, your intention. Deep breath in. Full breath out. And then if you're not already there, make your way to a seated position. We're going to start in a pinwheel shape with the right shin forward, left heel back. And then once you find this pinwheel shape, see if you can rock back and forth so that you feel your sits bones under you. And scoop your hand under your front knee, scoop your back hand under your foot or your ankle. We're going to rock back and forth a little bit, taking a few rocking horses. So you can pull the knee, front knee up. You can pull the back foot up as much as you'd like, or you can keep them low if you're not ready to come into that bigger motion yet. And then coming to stillness, let's take the right shin and push it out a little bit further away from you. Rotate your torso over your shin and find an easy forward fold. So for you, an easy forward fold might be up on the fingertips. It might be sitting up relatively straight, or maybe it's even coming down onto forearms or forehead. Take 4 deep and full, good, complete breaths here. And then make your way back onto your palms. We're going to send the legs out in front of us, send the soles of the feet to the ground, let the knees drop from one side to the other side. And then we'll make our pinwheel shape on the other side, left shin forward, plugging in with the sits bones, finding the rocking horse motion to start. Decide how deep you want to come. And then we'll start to find stillness, pushing the left shin out a little further. Go ahead and fold over your left shin. Slight rotation through the torso. You can stay up or you can come down, your choice. And then back up to neutral. Bring the legs out in front of you, this time coming into a cobbler's pose with a wide diamond shape, soles of the feet together, rocking back and forth to find your center. Reach up high on the inhalation. As you exhale, drop the left hand down, take the right arm up and over your head. Inhale through center, reach up. Exhale, drop. This time we're going to come back through center, interlacing the fingers over your head. Flip your palms, lift your chest, lift your chin, open the heart. Exhale, round your spine, press your palms away from you. Draw the shoulder blades away from one another. Keep going here, a little seated cat-cow, opening into that cow shape with the spine, and then rounding into your cat shape with your spine. Let's do that twice more. One more time, lift. And round. This time come back through neutral. We're going to take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, palms together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the chest, lift the chin. Spread your collarbone wide. And then go ahead and release that bind. We'll make our way onto hands and knees. We're going to send the right foot back, coming to a long spine. Flex your foot like you're stamping the wall behind you. And we're going to take the right knee and cross it over to touch the left elbow. Twist. Let's do that again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist right knee, left elbow. Let's do that a few more times. Lengthening on the inhalation, twisting on the exhalation. One more time. And then twist. Go ahead and bring it back through center. This time we're going to bend the right knee, flexing the right foot like we're standing on the ceiling. 10 little tiny pulses here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and slowly set the knee down. Trying that on the other side, left leg comes back, flex the foot, long spine. And then as you exhale, left knee touches right elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, rotate through your torso. 4 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Twice more. Find your rotation. 1 more time. Lengthen and twist. Come back out. Lengthen the leg. Bend the knee. Flex the foot. 10 little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and drop the knee down. Let's find child's pose. Toes together, knees apart, long arms out in front of you. Take your forehead down to the mat. And then come up onto hands and knees. Let's find puppy pose. Walk the knees so they're right under the hips. Take the arms out long in front of you, palms down. Start to sink your heart down to the mat. Sink your forearms down to the mat and bring your chin to the mat. Start to come back up, finding your way back into table pose. And then we'll make our way to down dog. Extend your legs out long behind you. Take your hips to the sky. Start to pedal out through your down dog a little bit, bending one knee, pressing the opposite heel to the ground. And then before you come to stillness, check the length of your down dog by coming into your plank. Find that strong plank. As you exhale, make your way back to down dog. Let's do that one more time. Big roll forward into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's send the right leg up high. We're going to take the right knee to touch the left elbow. We're coming back into that twist. Find that twist. Let's do that twice more. Send it up on the inhalation. Twist it out on the exhalation. One more time. Send it up. Twist it out. Send it up one more time. And then place the right foot back down on the mat. We'll try it on the other side. Left foot rises. Exhale, left elbow, left knee, right elbow. Do that twice more. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. One more time. Bring it forward. Nice strong arms, strong core. Send it back one more time. And then drop your left foot back to down dog. Inhale up onto the balls of the feet. Bend the knees, look forward, and start bringing your feet to your hands. You can walk or take a little hop. We're going to come into ragdoll, so step out nice and wide, a little wider than your hips, I should say. Take opposite elbows to rest in opposite hands and let your head hang heavy. Drop your hands to the mat. On your next inhalation, you're going to walk your hands right under your hips and come all the way up, reaching hands to the sky. Exhale, bring your palms together at your heart. Let your elbows drop away from your shoulders. Sway back and forth a little bit. Find your weight evenly balanced between both sides of the body. Next time you inhale, we're going to reach up. As you exhale, forward fold, soft knees. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold here, plant your palms, stepping back into your high plank. Feel free to take a vinyasa here if you're ready for that. Or you can come straight to down dog, or you can take half chaturanga. You know the options. One breath here. Look to the top of the mat. Bring your feet to your hands. Lengthen halfway when you arrive. Exhale to fold. Let's do that again. Inhale to rise. Let's come right back down. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Step back to the top of your push-up, high plank, and decide how you'd like to arrive in your down dog. One breath, one movement. Breath in here. Let it go. Gaze goes between your thumbs. Step or hop, top of the mat. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, hinge at your hips. Let's do it again. Build some heat. Inhale to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Go ahead and flow. Meet me in down dog. One breath here. Gaze to the top of the mat, feet to hands. Lengthen halfway and fold. One more time, Surya A, come up. Come right back down. Lengthen halfway with soft knees. Hinge at the hips to fold. Vinyasa. Meeting me in down dog. Gazing to the top of the mat, step one foot and then the other foot forward. Lengthen halfway. Exhale, just fold, hold it here. Sitting into your chair pose, come up and back, fierce pose. Strengthen through the legs. Press into the feet. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears. One more breath in. As you exhale, straighten the knees, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold in half. Let's meet in down dog. If you're feeling energetic and you want to flow through it, go for it. Lowering down elbows into ribs, and then finding your back bend, and then rolling over your toes for down dog. Right foot rises, inhale. Step it through with control, warrior one. Press into both feet, fingertips high to the sky. Next time you exhale, we're coming right back down. Step back to plank, flow or down dog. Left foot rises, left foot steps, warrior one, come up. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back. Flow or come to down dog. Look to the top of the mat, feet to hands. Lengthen halfway when you arrive. Exhale to fold. Chair pose, coming back into our chair. Set the hips down and back. Full breath in. Next time you exhale, we'll come to stand, palms together at the heart. Take a moment to settle your shoulders and check in with your breath. Checking with the energy movement as we build some heat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Stay right here. Let's come into standing splits. Planting the right foot, you're going to send the left leg up. Drop the crown of your head. Look behind you. We're going to take this into a low lunge. So come onto your the tips of your fingers or blocks with your hands here and start to bend into the standing knee, coming into your low lunge. Once you arrive here, wiggle back and forth on your left toes. And then plant your left palm, take your right arm up high. Start to reach your right hand back for your left heel. And up onto the knife edge of your right foot, knife edge of your left foot. Reverse Skandasana, lift the hips high. Maybe even gazing back over your right thumb. Roll back onto your toe, come back to your low lunge. Look to the top of the mat, come back into standing splits. Lift the left leg up. This time we're going to take the right hand around the back of the right ankle. Maybe the left hand meets it if you're feeling steady today. And then take the hands back down. This time looking behind you, start to bend into the standing knee for warrior one. Place the left foot down. Rise up, warrior one. Hands come behind the back, interlace your fingers. Let's open the heart here. Fist down, lift the chest, lift the chin, shoulder blades together. Long spine, humble warrior. Look at your left foot. Draw the fist up and over your head. Find your breath. Notice where you're feeling tight, where you're not feeling tight. Just take it in. How does your body feel today? Come back up to warrior one. Release the bind. Send the fingertips high to the sky. Bring the palms together at your heart. Straighten the front knee. We're going to step the back foot in a little bit and square the hips to the front of the room. Start to reach your right fingertips forward. And then hinge at your hips. Reach your right fingertips forward as far as you can. Plant your left hand to the inside of your right foot or onto a block. And then take your right hand to your right hip. Pull the right hip back. Revolve triangle, taking the right fingertips up high to the sky. Think about flattening your low back and finding a rotation through your thoracic spine. Inhale, lengthening the crown of your head. Exhale, rotating a little bit more deeply. Bring your right hand down to frame your foot. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Take your fist up and over your back or leave it down low. Find that shoulder stretch, that rotation through the shoulder girdle. Spread the collarbone, drop the head. And then release the bind. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, palms together over the head. As you exhale, let's fold again. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold here. Plant your palms here. Feel free to bring blocks under your hands or rest your hands on a book. Drop your head. We're going to start to bend into the left knee this time and send the right leg up for standing splits. So send your gaze behind you with control, very slowly. Start to bend into your left knee. We're going to set the ball of the right foot down for our low lunge. Once you find your low lunge, wiggle back and forth on your toe. Feel free to bring blocks under the hands here. Find some length, find some space. And then plant your right palm. Start to reach your left hand back towards your right heel. We're going to find reverse skandasana, rolling onto the knife edge of both feet. Lift the hips up high, press firmly into the right palm and breathe. Come back around, roll onto the ball of the right foot. Start to look towards your left foot. Maybe scoot your right foot in a little bit. We're going to come back to standing splits. So press down into the right knee and stand. Drop the head. Same options here. You can take the left hand around the back of the left ankle. Right hand can come around the back of the left ankle as well. Working on your balance today. And then hands come down, bending a little bit into the left knee as you step back with control. Warrior one. Press the right foot down and rise. Hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. Let's find that heart opener, lifting the chest and the chin. And then find humble warrior. Let's come back up, fingertips high to the sky, lift, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Let's straighten the front knee, step the back foot in just a little bit. This time take the left hand to the left hip and reach your right hand forward. We're going to start hinging forward at the hip. Take the right hand down to the inside of the left foot or onto a block. Start to rotate the chest open for your revolve triangle. When you're ready, you can peel the left arm up. Drop the hand down, frame the front foot. Look to the top of the mat. Let's take a big step forward, forward fold. Drop the head. Take ragdoll for 2 breaths. And then release your hands. Let's come all the way up on the inhalation, palms together. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Find mountain. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Option to vinyasa, option to step right into your downward facing dog. Pulling the elbows in if you're coming through that chaturanga. Lift your chest up. Find your down dog. Right foot floats up. Inhale. Bring the right knee to touch the right elbow this time. Let's do that again. Inhale, send it up. And then slowly, with control, right knee comes forward, right elbow. Hover and hold. Let's send it back one more time. This time, let's step it through low lunge. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Rock back and forth on the back toe. Then take the back foot, bring it to 90 degrees. Press into your foot. We're going to come to warrior two. So bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Press into your feet and windmill your arms open. Warrior two. Gazing over your right fingertips. See if you can find some stillness here. Distribute your weight equally between both feet. Flip just your front palm. Let's come to peaceful warrior. Hold it. Then straighten your front knee and peel your right toes from the mat. Come onto your heel. Replace the foot and let's find triangle. Take your time getting into your triangle pose, your version of this pose. You can always bring a block under the bottom hand. I like that. It gives you a little more lift here. And then pull yourself back up. We're going to come back into warrior two. And this time we'll take it to extended side angle. Drop your right hand down. Take your left arm up and over your head. Then we're going to rainbow the left arm, reaching back, up and over the head, left fingertips back. So see if you can match the breath with the movement of your arm. And then we'll come to rest in our extended side angle. Again, you can bring a block under your hand here. Pull yourself back up, warrior two. Reverse warrior, reach up and back. This time take your hands around to frame your front foot. Let's step back to plank. We'll hold our plank. Engage the core for side plank. Right hand plants, tip the heels to the right, peel the left arm up. Find your side plank variation, whatever it is today. Bottom knee down, tree leg maybe. If you want to take this to wild thing, bring the ball of the left foot down behind you, lift your hips, lift your heart. Lots of options here. And when you're finished playing with this side plank variation, we will meet in child's pose. Maybe a couple more breaths in child's pose. Resuming downward facing dog when you're ready, returning to downward facing dog when you're ready. This time we'll send the left leg up, lead with the heel. Very slowly with control, left knee touches left elbow, come forward to three-limbed plank. Do it again, inhale, send it back. Exhale, bring it forward. Send it back one more time. And then we'll come to our low lunge. Plant the foot. A little bit of motion through the back toes. And then start to rotate your back foot to 90 degrees. Bring both hands to the inside of the left foot. And windmill your arms open, warrior two. Take a moment to settle in here, rotating your hips towards the long edge of the mat. Gaze over the front fingertips. Flip your front palm, come to peaceful warrior, drop the back hand, and then straighten your front knee and peel your left toes from the mat. Side body stretch. Coming into triangle, start to reach the left fingertips forward, right hip back. I'm gonna grab my block. So if you're using the block, try not to press all of your weight into it. Maybe come to fingertips or just very lightly have your bottom hand on the block. You still want to be pulling up with your strength. Coming back up to neutral, let's find warrior two again. Bend into the front knee over front ankle. Look over your front fingertips. Drop the left hand, extended side angle. Right arm comes up and over. Take a breath in as you reach for the left wall. Exhale, reach behind you. Keep going here. Let this be your last time, and we'll hold our extended side angle. And then draw yourself back up, warrior two. Look over the front fingertips. Flip your front palm, come to peaceful warrior. Bring your hands around, plant them, and find your plank pose. Come into plank. Once you find plank, move your left hand to the center of the mat and find side plank. You can come to wild thing, just like we did before. You can do a combination of those two things. Let's stay here in our side plank for a few breaths. When your body is ready for child's pose, listen to your body and take child's pose. Coming back up to downward facing dog, lift your hips high. Gaze to the top of the mat, step the right foot forward, then the left foot, lengthen halfway, and fold. This time we're going to start by holding onto our left big toe, taking the right hand to the right hip, press the right foot into the mat, see if you can come up with your left foot in your hand. And then take the left foot and find tree. Rotating your hip points forward, you can bring your hands to your heart. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Now we're going to take our tree into figure four. So take your left ankle over your right thigh above the knee and find your one-legged chair pose with your figure four legs. You can start to take your hands down in front of your shins if you want to. You can also reach down for your blocks here, or maybe you can even grab the earth, keeping your knee bent. If your fingertips touch the earth and you want to straighten your standing knee, you can do that, dropping your head almost like a standing pigeon pose. And then we're going to try to come back up to standing wherever we are, keeping the left foot lifted. Take your time to get there. Bring the hands back to the heart. Take the left knee back into the chest and interlace your fingers at your left shin. Give your knees a little hug. Hug it in as close as you can. And then slowly, slowly place the left foot down next to the right foot. Good. Equally distribute the weight again. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale to lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale to fold. Step the right foot back. Step the left foot back. Plank pose. Go through your flow or come to down dog, your choice. Look to the top of the mat. Left foot steps forward. Right foot meets it. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Just fold, just fold. Same thing here. We're going to take our right peace fingers to our right toe. Bend into the left knee a little bit. Start to come up to standing. See if you can bring the right foot with you. Tree pose. Find a home for your right foot. Externally rotate your knee out so your hip is open. You can drop your hands down by your side. You can bring your hands to your heart. You can always take your foot low down to the ground near your ankle if you're feeling a little wobbly. And then same thing here. Let's come to that figure four shape with the leg, ankle over thigh. Sinking down by bending into the left knee, send your hips down and back away from you. Drop your hands down in front of your right shin. You can stay here, or you can start to hinge at your hips a little bit more, reaching for blocks, or maybe even reaching for the mat. And then if you have the mat and you want to straighten the right knee, you can do that. And then start to press into your left foot. Bend into the left knee. We're going to come back up to standing and see if we can bring the right knee in with us. Taking the hands to the right shin. Bring the right knee in towards the chest. Give it a little squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then drop it down. Great. Shake it out just for a moment. Come to the top of the mat. Find your Tadasana pose, mountain, hands at the heart. Big breath in as you reach up. Full breath out as you fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale to fold. Go ahead and step or hop back. Find your flow. We're going to meet in downward facing dog. And then from down dog, come onto hands and knees. We'll work on our crow pose. So one thing you can do with crow, if you have a strap, you can take the strap above your elbows and plant your palms. So this will keep you from flailing your elbows out to the side. Then it's nice to have a bolster, a blanket, or a pillow in front of your head. Once you're secure with your strap, you can bring the knees up nice and high. Bend into the elbows. Plant the palms. The elbows aren't going to go anywhere. And then instead of thinking about lifting your toes, think about tilting your head forward. Keep going, and then maybe your toes lift. So play with this for a little bit. You don't have to use the strap. If it feels too restrictive, you can push it off to the side, step your arms out wider, but tilt your head forward, and then maybe lift your toes. If you're hanging out in crow, cross your ankles, one ankle over the other, and then switch. Make sure you're breathing. You should be able to practice crow, whether your toes are up or down, and still be able to talk. And we'll meet in our child's. From child's, take your right arm under your body, palm up, lay on your right shoulder, right temple. Left arm is still in front of you. Find a little twist. Do it on the other side. Coming back to down dog, hands out in front of you, hips high to the sky. We'll take a few little bouncing balls here. Bend into your knees, look to the front of the mat, and take a little hop, little hop, little hop. And then if you want to, you can make your hops bigger. Bigger hop, heels come to the butt. Landing softly, landing silently. Take 3 more. Press into the palms. And then find down dog. Right leg floats, inhale. Right knee to the nose, cheetah pose. Do that again, send it back. Find your cheetah, round the spine, lift the knee up. One more time, send it back. This time we're headed towards pigeon pose. Use your props to prop your right hip up if you need. Flip over onto your back for figure 4 if you prefer. And we'll take about 12 breaths here. And you know yoga teachers can't really count breaths, so we'll stay here for a few. And then coming back up onto your palms, tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. Let's come back to down dog splits, right leg high. Bend the right knee, take some circles with the hip, maybe open the hip, maybe flip your dog if you want to. Lifting your right arm high. And then we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, open mouth side, bouncing balls. You can skip these. Think about pressing into your palms, letting your core help lift you. And we'll meet in down dog. Left leg floats. Left knee to nose. Do it again, float it up. Knee to nose. One more time, send it back. Bring it forward for pigeon. Set yourself up. Extend your back leg long. Square your hips. Forward fold. Come on to your palms again. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee. We're coming to down dog splits, left leg floats. You can bend your left knee, stack the left hip over the right hip, take some circles, and or flip your dog. Meeting back in down dog. One more thing here from down dog. We're going to come to squat, malasana, garland pose. Look to the top of the mat, bend the knees. Take the feet to the outside of the pinkies. Find your squat. We'll stay here for a breath or two. If you want to prop yourself up under your tailbone, feel free to do that. One last opportunity to practice your crow pose if you didn't get it in before. If you want to give it another shot, find your crow, plant the palms, tilt and lift. You can cross ankles here if you want to. If you're in crow, see if you can settle yourself back down into malasana. We'll all meet in our squat. And then roll back all the way onto your back. Take a few rocks and rolls along your spine. And then we'll meet in a seated position. Send the left leg out long. Bring the right leg in towards you. Rotate your torso over your extended leg. Right arm's gonna come up. Flip the right palm out and forward fold, reaching for the left outer edge of your foot. Your nose is gonna come to the outside edge of your knee. Lengthen on the inhalation. Fold on the exhalation. One more time, lengthen and fold. And then if you want to take the left hand and bring it to the inner arch, cross your ankles, bend your elbows, and bring your nose directly to your knee this time. Come back up through neutral. Let's switch sides. Extend the right leg long. Rock back and forth on your hips here. If you're having trouble planting both hips or if your knee's floating, you can always use props, right? You have props to make it work for your body. So this time, left arm comes up, flip the palm out, and as you fold, reach for the outer edge of your right foot, your nose aiming towards the outer edge of your knee. If you want to add the right hand, cross ankles, grab the inner part of the foot, bend your elbows, nose goes towards the knee. Come back to neutral. We're gonna come down onto our backs in just a moment, but let's do one more strength thing. Coming onto hands and knees. Let's come onto forearms. Forearms parallel towards one another, fingers spread wide. Dolphin pose, tuck your toes, lift your hips, walk your feet in towards your face. So backs of the legs are nice and open now. So maybe you can walk your feet in a little closer than you normally do since you might be warm. Start to shift your weight into your forearms. Use the strength in your shoulders here, pressing up and out of your shoulders. Shift the weight back and forth. Maybe send the right leg to fly. Maybe send the left leg to fly. Maybe one more time on each side. And we'll meet in child's pose, this time with the hands back by your heels. And then come on up. We're going to roll onto one hip and flip over onto our backs. Come all the way down onto your back. Pull your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side here. Plant the left foot, send the right leg up high, interlace your fingers behind your right thigh and roll your right ankle around. Go both directions. And then we'll take a twist here. So bending into the right knee, take your left hand, guide the right knee across. You can extend your right arm long, and if you want to straighten the right knee, you can. Try to keep the right shoulder planted though. Nose faces the sky. If you can grab onto the right foot with the left hand, you're welcome to do that. We also have cat catching its tail, which is a yin pose, reaching back right hand, left foot. Just an option here. So that's a pretty big twist, opening the heart to the sky. Always have options. There are always ways to make things more challenging for your body. Or if you're not in the mood, there are always ways to back off, which is the thing we like about yoga. Back through center, knees in, tick-tock side to side. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Plant the right foot, send the left leg up. Rotate through the ankle joint, point and flex, go in both directions. Bend the left knee, right hand helps to draw the leg across. Extend the left arm long. If you want to take any of those binds or modifications, you can do that. And then come back through center, send the legs up high to the sky. Slide your hands, make a little diamond shape with your hands. Slide them right under your sacrum, low back. So your sacrum is resting in that little diamond shape, and you're going to send the legs up. Keep the low back supported with your hands and start to lower your heels down towards the mat, but let them hover. Don't let them touch. Let's do this a few more times. It's an inhalation as you come up and an exhalation as you fight gravity to come down. If you'd rather do this with your knees bent, shins facing the sky, that is an awesome modification, or you can do one leg at a time. So just see what feels good. We want to make sure we're not feeling this in the low back, which is why we have the support of our hands under there to keep the low back in contact with something solid. If this starts to hurt your low back, by all means, take one of the modifications. We're targeting the muscles in our core, but for a lot of us, we're going to also feel this in our hip flexors. So if you start to feel it too much in your hip flexors, bend the knees and bring the intensity back to the core muscles. Okay, the next time your heels are reaching down, straighten the knees and kick like you're swimming in the swimming pool that's not going to open this summer. Kick, 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 kick. And then pull the knees in one more time. Give yourself a hug. Wrap your arms around your shins, rock back and forth. If you want to take happy baby, you can take happy baby, rocking side to side, maybe straightening one knee and then the other as you go side to side. And we will start setting up for our mandatory nap, the best part, Shavasana. Not to be skipped, not to be missed. So when you're ready, start to make your way into your own final resting pose. We'll stay for just a few minutes. So know that this time is fleeting. You're going to have to get back to doing whatever you were doing. So know that this is your time to really melt and rest, both mind and body. I will be back to get you. Start to deepen your breath. Bring yourself back onto your mat, back into the present moment. And take a little bit of movement in your extremities. Gently, with minimal effort, start to make your way to a seated position. Crossing your legs, bringing your hands together at your heart. Thank you, everyone, for coming to your mat today and for your support. Namaste.